What's up, kinfolk? I want y'all to lend me your minds for just a little bit. Gentlemen, imagine you have taken your woman to go see the gynecologist. Ladies, imagine you have gone to see the gynecologist yourself. Ladies, 2 weeks later, you're at work and you're punching in. But you notice a lot of giggling and laughing and playing behind you at the punch-in clock. And you discover that it's your coworkers who are laughing. And the reason why they are laughing is because you have been placed on pornographic websites all across the internet. But you find out that your gynecologist is the one who did it. So what do? Do you A, just let it go? Or do you B, seek legal actions? Or do you C, and fellas, I mean this, do you C, go down there to that office and hang glide your foot in somebody's ass? Now, see, y'all, you already know I'm a fan of C. But before we get this video started, y'all, I want to say that it's sensitive. So y'all stay and watch it to the very end. Well, anyway, here we go.
Sexual abuse scandal that could involve the largest number of allegations in its history. An Army doctor is accused of abusing women who were under his care. Here's Anna Navas.
The Army has sent out approximately 2,500 patient notification letters to women examined by one doctor within its ranks. It's part of a massive investigation into cases of alleged sexual abuse, all patients of 47-year-old Dr. and Army Major Blaine McGraw. He's an OBGYN at Fort Hood in Texas, and before that at an Army base in Hawaii. Approximately 80 women have filed a legal complaint against him. One case alleges that McGraw, quote, used his position of trust to sexually exploit, manipulate, and secretly record women under his care. Joining us now is attorney Andrew Kobos, representing 70 alleged victims of Dr. McGraw. Kobos is a West Point graduate who served in the U.S. Army, including at Fort Hood. Andrew, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
So, just start by telling us about these women that you're representing. Who are they? Are they active duty? Are they military spouses? And what exactly are they alleging was done to them by this doctor?
The majority of the women that we represent are military spouses, and they span all four branches of the military: Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marine. Now, this abuse happened both at Fort Hood and in Hawaii at Tripler Army Medical Center. And there were hundreds, if not thousands of women under Dr. McGraw's care, and he violated them in multiple.
Now, y'all see that? Thousands of women was up under this man's care. Now, I want y'all to keep in mind that this is the United States of America's military, all branches. Now, a place like that, when you consider the U.S. government, you would think that this would be a place where they're dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and patient confidentiality would be up to par. But if it had happened in the military, I want you ladies and you men out here, I want you all to think that if it happens in the military, what's to stop it from happening also almost always so often in one of these small town hospitals or clinics that don't have the standards that the military is supposed to have? That's just something I want y'all to think about.
Ways. He took photographs and videos of them as they were in their most vulnerable position in his exam room. He touched them in improper ways that were medically unnecessary. And on occasion, he induced birth without their consent, without their knowledge, and without notification to their family that they were going to give birth. And so this is, as I've been describing it, one of the largest and most significant sexual assault cases in the history of the military.
And one of the complaints filed by Jane Doe, obviously her
Yeah,
identity
that man
is protected.
violated
She
these women.
talked about invasive breast and vaginal exams that were unnecessary, not being given a medical gown to wear during those examinations, and then, as you mentioned, secretly being recorded on a phone that Dr. McGraw kept in his jacket pocket. How did your clients come to learn about those photos and videos?
Fortunately, one of the women that we represent had her husband in the examination room. Now, this is not a common occurrence. It was actually a rare occurrence for Dr. McGraw to allow anybody in the exam room while he was working on these patients. And the husband of his patient was behind Dr. McGraw. He leaned in while he was doing a pelvic examination, and his phone in his lab coat tipped forward. The husband was able to visually see that the phone was on record, and immediately he was concerned about his wife, about her in this position. And so he tried notifying the chain of command. He called CID. Fortunately, CID started an investigation, and he experienced a lot of frustration trying to bring his complaints and trying to bring awareness.
Wait a minute, y'all. The chain of command. Now, fellas, you've got to be thinking like I'm thinking. You at the gynecologist. You standing behind the gynecologist while he's working on your wife. He leans forward, and inside of his shirt pocket is a cell phone. And on that cell phone, you can see all of your wife's private parts being recorded. Right now ain't the time to be calling the chain of command. Honestly, y'all, I'd have went upside that man's head right then and there, and I'd done it before God, the Lord, whoever the hell else it is out there. Damn the chain of command.
To the military that this doctor was unlawfully and improperly recording his patients. And so ultimately, CID got involved, an investigation was undertaken, and they found large numbers of videos and photographs on his phone.
CID, of course, is the Criminal Investigative Division of the Army. The Army did provide us with a statement, which I want to read to you in part here. They said they're committed to supporting patients affected by the allegations. They've swiftly established a call center, assigned a special victims counsel, are actively notifying patients, and they say they've created a patient support line as well. They're encouraging people with information to come forward. But as you mentioned, Andrew, before Fort Hood, Dr. McGraw was posted in Hawaii. They tell us in a statement that they're in the process of notifying Dr. McGraw's patients. You told my colleague that you spoke to nurses at that Hawaii Medical Center. What did you hear from them?
When I spoke to the nurses at Tripler Army Medical Center, what they said is that it was common knowledge around Tripler that there were allegations against Dr. McGraw of videotaping and recording his patients, so much so that it was a standing joke among the folks at Tripler that Dr. McGraw always got the crazy patients. And that is what I've heard. We are working to establish.
He just said Dr. McGraw got the quote-unquote so-called crazy patient. Now, I want y'all to think about that. You see, not all the time when these women say that things like this be happening, they be lying. So if he gets the crazy patient, when they do go forward to try to complain, then everybody's looking at them, oh, well, shit, that's just some crazy woman that's trying to get this highly decorated doctor in trouble or reprimanded. But in reality, she's been violated the whole time. I want y'all to keep in mind that it's been over 1,000 women that's been violated by this man.
But so far, we haven't heard from the Army. And that's left a lot of people wondering, how long did the Army know? What did they know? And why didn't they take proactive measures to address these situations?
I realize there are a lot of questions still unanswered here, Andrew, but what does justice look like? What's the accountability your clients are seeking?
The first and most obvious way is to hold the perpetrator responsible for his actions. But more than that, the Army is accountable, and they should be held responsible for what they did not do in this situation. My clients are ultimately filing a federal Tort Claims Act lawsuit against the Army, and they're seeking restitution for the damages and the harms that they suffered at the hands of an Army employee who should have been removed from that position.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to reiterate. The military is not the only place that this happens. If you are a woman and you have been a victim, a sexual victim of some predator who led you to believe that they were professional, and your story never got heard, nobody never listened to you, come down in the comment section. Don't be ashamed. Voice your opinions. Your opinion is welcomed here. And if anybody disrespects you when you do so, believe and rest assured in your mind that if I see it, I'm going to correct it. Now, until the meantime, y'all, travel on and travel well.